Hello everyone, hello, how are you? Hope everything is okay with your health, with your psychology, because the weather is quite stormy. It's raining here today, and you might even hear the thunders. We're here to explore this week, even though we missed a couple of days, but I'm going to do my best to describe even the days we've lost. And these, I'm trying to make sure that you can see the cards are the cards for the week. It's a week that brings with it a new moon in Aquarius, so it's full of new beginnings in a way that brings more of a liberation. And of course, as we are at the time of major changes in a lot of ways, I feel that we do need to look deeper into what we transmit in our vibrations. As my very good friend and astrologer Zoe Hind says, it's about time that we take control and respect. No, how she says it, I put the respect in, but that we take responsibility of what we're transmitting and the vibrations we give out. So Monday we missed it, but let me say that we had the moon in Capricorn and making a trine with Uranus in Taurus. So quite, how is it? It's a quite not difficult exactly, but different way of dealing with things, and perhaps communication as well was a bit turbulent, as in change of plans, not things going as we would like them to go. As we also, I believe we had the conjunction of Mercury retrograde with the Sun. For some reason I didn't note it, but it's there. And we do have the same degree on a square between Saturn and Uranus that is going to be complete and on the exact degree, exact moment next week. But for now, I feel that we're getting ready for that responsibility of vibration, that kind of respect to the liberties, that kind of a freedom that is not leaning into anarchy. Anarchy in the worst way possible, of course. And we're getting to the point that those that have power and are believed to be the strong ones in this on this planet will have to respect those that don't have that much power, don't have that much money, don't have the authority to say what is correct and what is not. I'm feeling that we're getting to the point where even if you don't have any power, if you don't have any saying in what happens in the whole world, the ones that have the power will have to respect your views as well. And the feeling of not being powerful, the feeling of having to do what others say, even if you don't agree with it, it's past. That's the feeling I'm getting of this week. We're coming to a freedom of chains that have been oppressing us for too long. For Tuesday, for today, we have the moon from Capricorn moving on. No, it's not moving on yet, but the moon in Capricorn is making a sextile to Neptune, and that sextile, I feel that as always with Neptune and the moon, I believe you hear the thunder, it's bringing up dreams and ways to connect with the other worlds and to get behind the veil. Also, the Neptune is sextiling Mars today, so it can be that we can put energy and power behind our dreams, behind our thoughts, behind what we actually plan in a more subconscious level, and bring it up to the surface to work on it. For tomorrow, then Wednesday, the moon is in Aquarius, and I do feel that we're getting to start the new moon that's happening the next day. And we have Mercury retrograding in a complete square to Mars, so it feels like we might have not the wrong idea, but not an easy way to express what we're feeling or what we're saying or what we're thinking, and that might lead to a feeling of not being understood and having attention that you might not need. Also, it's a dark moon tomorrow and today, so it's a good day to release, to let go, to meditate and see what is not serving you anymore, in order to start the new cycle of the moon in Aquarius the next day more free, more available to start something new. Just be careful on Wednesday, on tomorrow, due to unnecessary tensions. On the new moon, we have, of course, almost every planet in Aquarius, as in Sun, Moon, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, and Venus. And in some way or the other, they're all making squares to Uranus and Mars. The major ones, I guess, at this time. As in on the new moon tomorrow, we do have the moon in a conjunction to Mercury retrograding, and that might mean that we're rethinking and re-examining some emotions that are coming up, some psychologies that are coming up, and might also be a time where the past trauma and the inner child gets to liberate some traumas. So you might be called to work on that as well, as Saturn and Venus had sextile to Chiron in Aries. Also, Venus tomorrow has a conjunction to Jupiter, so it's kind of feeling of the tension with the square to Mars. It's coming up in a more intense way than we thought of, because Venus in Aquarius is, to me, it feels like the ice queen of the zodiac. She is not the one to be very sentimental. She looks at things through the electric fields, through the mind, through the brain, through the logic. So she's not allowing much of sentimentality to come in and swap her up. She wants to see things as they actually are, not as how they make her feel. That kind of feeling I have with that. And of course we have squares of Mercury retrograding, of Venus and of Jupiter with Mars in Taurus. So all the tension of Mars that is slowly brewing in Taurus might come up in different ways, because we cannot express ourselves as we should, or we're re-examining things that happened, and we're having tension that needs to come out. So try to use the tension to work on it more, how do we say it, more creatively. Try not to make, how we call it again, try not to be destructive, try to be creative. On Friday, as the new moon is on Thursday, and on Friday we have the moon crossing from Aquarius to Pisces. So it's a more, it's a day that is a bit more on the other side of the veil, that you're trying to calm yourself and see what your dreams have to tell you, see how it might be more emotional and not so matter of fact. The squares with Mars are still existing, so that kind of tension might continue for the next couple of days. On Saturday we have the retrograding Mercury in a conjunction to Venus. So if you want to speak about feelings, try to don't speak slowly, but try to express yourself not with words. Try to express yourself through actions. That's the whole thing I want to say. And we have Mars in a sextile with Neptune on Saturday as well. So any plans you want to make that have to do with dreams, you might have the time and the will and the creativity to expand on those and work on those and put energy on those. Anything that has to do with thoughts that have to do with your psychic abilities, probably, that you have an intuition about something. See how you can relate and how you can work on that. And on Sunday the 14th, of course, we have the moon crossing from Pisces into Aries and making a trine to Pluto. So it feels to me that this trine to Pluto is kind of releasing the tension. It's kind of allowing us to release what has come up and see if it's true or not and how we can use it. Of course, the moon is going to meet Chiron in Mars on that day. And on the night of Sunday, Monday morning, of course it depends on which time zone you are, we have the Mercury retrograding in a conjunction to Jupiter. So it feels that we are re-examining things in a more complete way. See how that works with you, because it's kind of a re-evaluation of things we've done and things we've thought, but in more all-encompassing way with Jupiter. That's the feeling I'm getting with this one. So, for the cards, of course, we have the Oracle card of Zoe Hind from the Wisdom of the Woods. And this is the apple and the apple tree. And it says that she as the apple offers beauty, healing, and love. So see how it complements Venus in Aquarius, the whole system of those many stars in Aquarius, with beauty, with health, with healing, with love, because it's a more humanitarian love. It's not the person-to-person love. It's a love that is more humanitarian, more about the whole world, about all of the people, not just about one person. On the Thoth deck, we have a few cards, of course. And the first card we have is the Six of Pentacles, with all the planets on the table, and it's moon in Taurus as well. So it feels like to me that we are sitting on a table and we're actually talking about things that no one wanted to talk before, that things are progressing in ways that no one thought was possible, that we are actually taking action to solve things. That's the feeling I'm getting with this one. The second card is the Ten of Wands, and it's speaking about oppression. The previous one was success. This one is talking about oppression with Saturn in Sagittarius. And I feel that with the previous card, it speaks more about making sure that things are more equal, that no one has more power than the other, that we're all sitting on the same table and we can all speak up without fear, without thinking that someone else is going to be heard instead of us. It's kind of, it gives me the idea, the Ten of Wands here, that it's the two wands that say stop and listen to one another. Don't fight between you. Listen and act like civilized people. Act through love and not through the need of power. The Devil, the Capricorn card, next. I feel here he speaks more about liberating ourselves from the human weaknesses of having to suppress others, having to raise ourselves in a way that is more about money and power than anything else. I feel that he speaks, the Capricorn card here, speaks about liberating ourselves from human weaknesses, speaks about taking control of our vibrations, of taking responsibility of what we transmit, so that what comes back to us is the multiplication of what we gave. I do feel that it speaks about passing on from Capricorn into Aquarius, from the old to the new, from matter to the electromagnetic fields. So look at that and see how you can use that power of Capricorn to understand what you give out to the world and to understand how that is being returned to you. It's a very nice spread, I feel. It's a very easy to understand spread, because as we have the Judgment card, which here is the Aeon, and it speaks about the end of a whole era and a beginning of a new one. I feel that we're just passing through to a new era, that the vibrations and the electromagnetic field of Aquarius is helping us to take control of our destiny, to take control of our vibrations, to actually use that feeling and find the courage to say that we are respecting others. We want freedom, not freedom without any laws, but in the more basic of laws, that say that we all are free to do as we will, as long as we don't affect negatively other people. That's the feeling I'm getting. And the last card we have is the card of abundance. It's the Three of Cups, and it's Mercury in Cancer. So it speaks about emotion. It speaks about giving emotion to the world, giving love to the world so that it can be returned to you. Giving joy, giving respect, giving freedom, giving all the positive vibrations and feelings that you can give. That's the feeling I'm getting from these cards, and that's the feeling I'm getting from this spread and these days. The last card we have is the Sun. The last card of the deck is the Sun in Virgo, and the Eight of Pentacles, which speaks about a blooming season, that speaks about hard work getting rewarded, and of course about everyone sharing into this abundance and sharing into the rewards of the hard work and the hard labor that we all did. So use this week and this time to see what exactly you're giving out to the world, and see what exactly the world is giving back to you. And whether you are on the right or wrong of this whole thing, I can't really express it in English. I don't even know if I can express it in Greek. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, do like, do share, do subscribe on the channel, and I hope I will be seeing you next week as well. Take care.